Happy Sunday, guys. Let's get it. We're about to cook up NFL, man. Let's get to it like there's nothing to it. NFL Sunday week. Is it week 12? We're about to cook it up, guys. We're about to get started in about a minute. If you guys want to switch to my YouTube stream, I'm sharing my screen on YouTube. You guys can switch there. We are live on YouTube, live on Twitter, live on TikTok. What up, guys? Happy Sunday. How was Saturday for you guys, man? How was your Saturday, man? Did you guys get caught with Cincinnati? I went Cincinnati. That was one of my L's yesterday. BYU is just keep getting away with it, man. They just keep getting away with it. But we had some good wins as well. Magic in the NBA and TCU. That was an ugly one too, but we got the win there, man. What up, guys? What up, Jerome? How you doing, brother? How was your Saturday, guys? We're about to talk NFL Sunday. We're about to break down every single game that you guys choose. Just trying to get warmed up here, trying to get the juices flowing, man. Hit the follow button, guys, if it's your first time here. I know we haven't done one of these in a while, man. I've been, like I said, focusing on these football days. Hit the follow button if it's your first time here. If you guys want to join the Discord, link is in bio. We are live on YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok, man. Let's get to it. What game do y'all want to start with, man? Somebody drop a game, and we'll get started there. Let me make sure I'm live. Did they change this up? They did change this up. Somebody drop a game. Where do y'all want to start with, man? Seahawks in the first quarter. Wow, you're getting you got real deep with it, brother. I'm not somebody that's gonna do quarters, but if I were doing quarters, if I were playing Seattle, I would probably do something rather than full game. Full game does look a little trappy, to be honest. It is the Titans, man. The Bears. What's up, Jerome? How you doing, man? All right, my man wants to talk about Delgado wants to talk about the Bears. Let's talk about that one. That one's interesting to me. I do want to spend some time on that one real quick. Let's go to Pittsburgh versus Chicago real quick. Give me blue for the Bears, red for the Steelers. What side are you on today between the Steelers and the Bears? Red for the Steelers, blue for the Bears. 1 p.m. Eastern time kickoff here between the Steelers and the Bears. Let's see if we got any update on the injuries. So go ahead and cast your votes, guys. Cast your votes. Let me know if you're on the Bears, blue for the Bears, or red for the Steelers. Hey, buddy, what are you doing? Man, climbed up out of nowhere. So it looks like Aaron Rodgers is still questionable here, man. Not slated to start, though. Not in the lineup. No. He's not going to be starting. It is going to be Mason Rudolph here. Okay, so that kind of messes things up a little bit here. But let's talk about it real quick, guys. The Steelers are coming off of that butt whooping that they delivered to Cincinnati, the Bengals. Okay, that wasn't very surprising because they were looking for revenge in that game. They lost in a tough game against the Bengals earlier in the year. They thought they had that game won, but the Bengals came back on them. So that was a well-deserved win for them last week. But they also got some help with from the defense, to make it that inflated. So it looks like a big win for them. Chicago on the other side, they're a team that just keeps getting away with it. Similar, we just talked about college, and they're BYU. They're just a team that's just the ball is bouncing their way. They're getting away with it. At this point, Chicago is 7-3. They are favored here at home by 2.5. I don't love that it's Mason Rudolph starting. I think that actually helps Pittsburgh. I think it actually helps Pittsburgh because usually when a player gets injured, a player like a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers or any quarterback, you want to usually try to play on that team, especially when you have an experienced veteran backup like Mason Rudolph is. When it comes to the X's and O's, there really isn't a huge advantage on either side of the ball. I feel weird going with Chicago this time just because I haven't played against them every single week, but I've been looking for ways to go against them. Last week was one where I came up short with the Vikings last week, but this looks like one where I would have to go with Chicago if I'm playing this game. It would be the Bears for me. Let me see what you guys said. Yeah, you guys are also feeling the Bears again. I think Bears is the right side here. I would have honestly preferred Aaron Rodgers to be playing. As crazy as that sounds, as that sounds, I would have preferred Aaron Rodgers to be playing. My man wants to talk about the Chiefs. Ferguson or Andrews. I'm not. I wish I could help you with fantasy, brother, but I'm not too much of a fantasy guy. Steelers for the win. Good luck with that, brother. Steelers plus. He's out. Yep, he is out today. There also is some injuries, guys, that we gotta keep an eye on. You have for Chicago two starting linebackers. Two starting linebackers are going to be out. One of them is brand new. It's Sewell, or however you say his name. Sewell is out today, and the other linebacker, he's been out for about 3 weeks now. They also have the starting safety. He's questionable today. So besides quarterback, Pittsburgh is going to be is in better shape. Chicago again could be missing 3 of their starting pieces there on the defensive end. Even still, I think this is Chicago at home. The crazy Chicago could be 8-3 by the end of the day. What game is next, guys? Somebody drop another game. Do the Bengals have a chance today? We could talk about that, guys. Let's see if we have a consensus. Somebody drop a game, and we'll see where you guys want to go. Rudolph is pretty decent. Yeah, I did say he's a veteran quarterback. He's been in that system a long time, man. Hit the follow button, guys, if it's your first time here. I appreciate the double taps. If you guys want to join the Discord, link is in bio. Chiefs win by 4. Chiefs. Okay, you guys want to talk about Chiefs and Colts? Let's talk about the Chiefs and the Colts real quick. Yep, I got you guys, man. Give me red for the Chiefs, blue for the Colts. How are you guys playing this one? What's the right side? Red for the Chiefs, blue for the Colts. I feel like I'm a little cold, man. We got to get things warmed up a little bit, man. Haven't done one of these live streams in about a week. But we're cooking nonetheless, man. We're cooking nonetheless. Red for the Chiefs, blue for the Colts. Hit the follow button if it's your first time here. Let's talk about this one real quick. The Chiefs are one of those teams that I just included in my video earlier today. This is one of those, you got to look at it and you got to wonder what's up with the price. You do have the Chiefs favored by 3.5 at home to the 8-2 Colts. Now, there's 2 ways to look at that. The usual way to look at that is you have a 5-5 team against an 8-2 team. Why is the 8-2 team not favored? And why are they dogs by more than a field goal too to begin with, right? Why are they 3.5 point dogs? Why can you get so much plus money with the Colts? That's the usual way to think about it. But this is not your usual 5-5 team with Kansas City. The Chiefs are 5-5. They're 500 at this point, and it's tough for a lot of people to imagine the playoffs without the Chiefs, right? How can you really imagine a playoffs without Patrick Mahomes? So that's another way to look at it. I'm asking myself the same question right now. Are we being stubborn with the Chiefs? And we're just saying they have to be in the playoffs. And at 5-5, the season's not on the line, but the season's almost on the line at this point, right? So 2 ways to look at it. The Colts are coming off of their bye week. They haven't played since they played overseas against the Falcons. They went toe-to-toe with the Falcons and won in overtime. They took that game in overtime. Last week, the Kansas City Chiefs, same thing. Everybody thought they had to win. I stayed away from that game because that game was a division game. That was in Denver a week ago. And Denver was catching up to 4.5 points at home when nobody wanted anything to do with the Broncos. Everybody says they've been skating by. Well, they proved to win that game outright there. For me, guys, this is if the question about the price is a little bit difficult, one thing that's not so difficult to argue is the strength of schedule. The Colts, they have not really been tested, man. They've been playing the Titans and the Raiders, the Steelers, right? You saw when they went into Pittsburgh, they turned the ball over like crazy. You saw Daniel Jones look like a deer in the headlights. Meanwhile, the Kansas City Chiefs, man, they lost. They went into Buffalo, lost that game, right? Went into Denver, obviously a good team, Played the Eagles earlier in the year. The Chargers were really good. Played them earlier in the year. This is one where if I'm picking this game, I think it's got to be the Kansas City Chiefs. Here at home. Again, it's just really hard for me just to go against my what has brought me here, and is you just can't take the plus money with the better team like that. 8-2. Let's see what you guys said on this one. Again, guys, I'm giving you my breakdown for about a minute or two. In the meantime, give me whatever you have on this on this game. So we're talking about Colts and Chiefs, and then we move on to the next game. So if you have something on Colts and Chiefs, let me know. It looks like you guys are also feeling the Chiefs. I think that's the right way to play it, man. Honestly, it is when you have a game that's the price is just so the number is so strong like that. It's that team or pass. I think it's that team or pass. Jerome says, yeah, Chiefs. Do you like Steelers without Rodgers? We just talked about that game. I would actually prefer Aaron Rodgers to be playing. I like the Bears, but I would prefer Aaron Rodgers to be playing. Mason Rudolph does throw a little bit of mystery into the game, right? You usually do play on the injured, on the replacement quarterback in the first game, but still, I think this is a spot for the Bears. What game is next? If we're done with the Chiefs and the Colts, what game is next, man? Hit the follow button, guys, if it's your first time here. If you guys are watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up as well. Hey, buddy. My man trying to steal the show over here. There's a couch over there. I didn't throw him just to the wall. No, there's a couch over there. What game is next, guys? Somebody drop another game. You said Cardinals today, right? We can talk about Cardinals, Patriots, Cardinals, Rams, Cardinals. All right, I'm left no choice. Let's talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Arizona Cardinals real quick. Give me blue for the Jags, red for the Cardinals. How are you guys playing this one? Red, sorry, this one right here. Just tap the emoji. Red for the Cardinals, blue for the Jaguars. How are you guys playing for this? Playing this one? How are you guys playing this one? Red for the Cards, blue for the Jaguars. Man says, I can get your place for... brother, I'm not on Telegram. Do not get scammed. There's a whole lot of pages trying to scam me right now, trying to impersonate me. There are a bunch of fake pages. Be careful with those pages, guys. Let's talk about the Jaguars at the Arizona Cardinals. The Jaguars, this is another one of those teams. You got to look at the price, and you're like, okay, you got the 6-4 Jaguars against the 3-7 Cardinals. The Jacksonville Jaguars are only favored by 2.5 on the road at Arizona, and it's really the spot here. It's really the spot here. Sorry, my dog. It's really the spot here. The Jacksonville Jaguars are coming off of a huge 29-point win over the Chargers. That's a huge win for them in an AFC versus AFC matchup against the Chargers last week. I don't think anybody saw a huge blowout win coming like that against the Chargers, who were heading into their bye week. The Chargers are not playing today, so they were heading into their bye week. So that's really a huge win for them there. And the fact that they got themselves off the mat after losing to Houston the week before, they got themselves off the mat after blowing that lead, after choking that lead against Houston. They came back and won and beat and crushed the Chargers. That's hats off to them. Chargers, of course, dealing with some injuries. I think everybody is at this point. Hey, give me a second. The Cardinals, on the other hand, they are coming off of back-to-back blowout losses. But you got to look at those games and look at it, really look at it. And one of those blowout losses was in Seattle, at Seattle. Guys, Seattle was running through a lot of teams these days. It's no mystery that they beat Arizona the way they did. And Arizona was coming off of an outright win at Dallas, so keep that in mind. Last week, they got blown out by San Francisco. San Francisco won 41-22. But again, San Francisco, a division game, a division opponent. But what's key with them right now, they got their offense back. Pearsall's back, McCaffrey's back, Kittle's back, Purdy's back. That offense for the San Francisco 49ers is looking different, man. But even in that loss, Jacoby Brissett just continues to play really good. He's actually ranked 11th in passer rating, right? A team with only 3 wins has a top 11 quarterback according to the raw numbers. According to the advanced numbers, he's really good. He's just as good as well. According to the advanced numbers, he's just as good as well. Guys, I think this is a spot here for the Cardinals at home. Nobody wants anything to do with them after 2 blowout wins, 2 blowout losses. I don't think anybody wants anything to do with the Cardinals. The Jacksonville Jaguars coming off of a 30-point win against a huge AFC matchup. Yeah, no thank you. I think this is a spot for the Cardinals. Sorry, guys. My dog is bugging, man. You guys are also leaning the Cardinals, but it's pretty even. They're tanking. Cardinals tanking. I don't know. You have Jacoby Brissett at this point, man. He's proving that he could be a starter in the league and maybe a starter here for the Cardinals over Kyler Murray. Hello, go to bed. Proving at this point. Sorry, man. My dog is bugging. I'm gonna put him in timeout. Proving at this point that that he could be a starter for the Cardinals here over Murray. I don't know, man. I think he has a lot to play for, honestly, and everybody on the team does as well. Alex said I'm staying away. I hear you, man. Looks like a trap game. Yeah, I could argue that. Let's get it, man. The Jets are the one tanking. Yes, I mean that's a different story. What game is next, guys? We talked about the Steelers in Chicago. I'm feeling the Bears there in Chicago. Jerome wants to talk about the Bengals and the Patriots. Yeah, Bengals and the Patriots. You guys been asking for that one. Let me get you the Bengals and the Patriots real quick. Let's keep it simple here. Blue for the Bengals. Keep the B's there. Blue for the Bengals. Red for the Patriots. How are you guys playing the Patriots at the Bengals? Red for the Patriots. Blue for the Bengals. Again, guys, we're going through every single game that you guys want to talk about here. Hit the follow button if it's your first time here. If you guys want to join the Discord, link is in bio. We're out here cooking, man, every single day. If you guys look at these videos, man, I'm out here giving you guys the right side. Pay attention to the video. I mean, a lot of people just watch the first 10 seconds. Usually in the first 10 seconds, I'm giving you guys the narrative. What was the last one on the Josh Allen? I start off the video with Josh Allen has never lost on Thursday Night Football. He's 8-0. How can you possibly go? If you don't hear the sarcasm, watch more than 10 seconds. I'm giving you the video. I usually start with the narrative. And yes, that video was arguing on the Texans. We doubled up on the Texans. I love the Texans on Thursday. We are 2-0 heading into Sunday on the NFL week. Trying to make it a huge week, man. So link in bio if you guys want to join up. Hope you guys are loving the videos, man. All right, let's talk about the Patriots at the Bengals real quick. The Patriots, they are favored by 7.5 on the road at Cincinnati. There were some rumors about Joe Flacco not getting the start here and that Joe Burrow would be back. It looks like it is going to be Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco is confirmed the starter here against Drake May on the other side against the Patriots. Guys, the Patriots are going into their bye week. They are very fortunate at this point to have a very late bye week. So they're heading into their bye week, and the idea with a team heading into their bye week is that they can leave it all out on the table. The Patriots, a team like the Patriots can leave it all out on the table. You're off until December 1st. We're not going to see you for a while. So you keep that in mind that this team could kind of empty the tank here this game against Cincinnati. Okay, Cincinnati on the other side, they just got crushed by the Pittsburgh Steelers, as I was mentioning earlier. Interesting spot here for the Patriots. Not only are they heading into their bye week and they can empty the tank, they also had 10 days off. They're coming off of a mini bye. We haven't seen them against that since that game at home against the Jets. So keep that in mind, guys. I think this is a favorable spot for the Patriots, coming off of a mini bye, heading into your actual bye. Cincinnati, at this point, you're 3-7 on the season. There is no reason to consider, even putting Joe Burrow back. It's a lost season. You also have referee trends that are pointing to the Patriots, so you're gonna theoretically have some help there for the Patriots on the other side as well. Drake May just playing out of his mind. He's second in passer rating, and yeah, I'm not a fan of trying to get in front of this team at the moment, especially not coming off of the extra bye and heading into their bye week too. I think this is a spot to take the Patriots, guys. Let's see what you guys said on this one. You guys are also leaning the Patriots. So a lot of these games we're actually seeing eye to eye on this one, man. I don't know if that's good or bad. Colts +3. Yeah, we talked about that game. What about NHL? I focus on NHL during the week, actually. NHL has actually been treating us pretty good. Yeah, we're going to get back to that starting tomorrow. I'm actually finding that a lot of the concepts I use in NFL can really transfer to NHL, honestly. So you guys are going to see more NHL coming up, man. You guys are going to see more NHL coming up. What game is next, man? Somebody drop a game. and we'll discuss it. We already talked about Kansas City. Between the Colts and the Chiefs, yes, I think the better side is Kansas City. Again, you have two arguments to that price, right? Are you getting plus money with the better team? Yeah, you are with the Colts, right? They're 8-2. You're catching a lot of plus money with them. But the other side of that is, are we being stubborn with Kansas City? Are we being stubborn with them? Exactly. Yeah, Rosa, you're feeling the same thing. I think you're on the right side. All right, Jets, Packers, Cowboys, Steelers. Man, you guys are all over the place. Let's see. Packers, Jets, Cowboys, Steelers, Chiefs. I already talked about the Chiefs. Jets. Okay, I saw Jets a couple times. Let's go to Jets real quick. We're not going to spend a ton of time on it because it is the New York Jets at the Baltimore Ravens. Let's put up a poll for this one real quick. I'm going to make this one real quick. Red for the Ravens, blue for the Jets. How are you guys playing this one? Cast your votes, man. Tap the emoji. We're talking about a 13.5 point number in favor of Baltimore. Baltimore's favored by 13.5. Red for the Ravens, blue for the Jets. How are you guys playing this one? This is Tyrod Taylor, not Justin Fields playing. It's going to be Tyrod Taylor. Let me update the Tyrod. There we go. We got Tyrod starting now. And let's up. This is bad. This is so bad. Tyrod. Sorry, not. Yeah, for the Tyrod. Should be there. For the Jets. And then. For Baltimore. Okay, I see where I had. Okay, Lamar Jackson. There we go. We plugged Lamar Jackson back in. Let's talk about this one real quick. The Jets are on the road at Baltimore. You have the Jets coming off of that mini bye. Again, they've had 10 days off since they played against the Patriots on Thursday Night Football 10 days ago. They did cover that number, interesting enough. On the other side, you do have the Ravens coming off of a tough win at Cleveland. Don't fault them for that, though. That was a division game against Cleveland in the dog pound. You did have Sanders He played horrible, right? Everybody's down on Sanders, quarterback for Cleveland. He was thrown into that game with no preparation, and yet Cleveland covered that game. Baltimore did not cover, so that's interesting there, guys. Guys, this is a spot where you have the Jets coming off of 10 days rest. Again, this team could be tanking at this point. There should be better ways to utilize your hard-earned money. But this line looks a little trappy here. This thing, Baltimore opened up at 14. It is down to 13.5, and Baltimore is the public side here. Is there an argument here for the Jets? Sort of. Baltimore is kind of just flying high at this point. They've won 4 straight games after Lamar Jackson has come back at this point. This could be a little bit of a letdown spot here after all those big wins. You do have you have some ref trends pointing to the Jets too. This is a big number. This is a big number here. Am I going to play the Jets? Probably not, but I think the right way to play it is the Jets. Let's see what you guys said. Red for the Ravens. Yeah, you guys are also on the Jets. Interesting. I don't think we've had a disagreement yet. Hit the follow button, guys. If it's your first time here, hit the follow button. If you guys want to join on Discord, join the Discord. Link is in bio if you guys want to join the Discord. Let's talk about another game, guys. What game do y'all want to talk about next? Drop another game, and we'll discuss it. The point I was making on the videos earlier, guys, is yeah, man, I'm out here just giving you guys the breakdowns every single day. Occasionally, I give you guys a free pick. But for the most part, yeah, I'm just giving you guys breakdowns, and I think that's more useful. I'm over here teaching you guys what I'm seeing. Somebody that does this full time, does this for a living. This is the way I'm breaking down the games, man. I hope you guys appreciate it. Can't back Taylor. I know. It's tough. He is ranked 42 in passer rating. There's only 32 starting quarterbacks. So Tyrod is ranked 42. Lamar Jackson is ranked number 1 in passer rating, man. He's been dealing for sure. Not playing as hot as he was, though. His numbers are kind of declining a little bit here in the last 5 games. Seahawks, Steelers, and Bears. We already talked about Steelers and Bears. I think the right way to play that is the Bears. Giants and Lions. Okay, let's go to Giants and Lions real quick, guys. For this one, give me blue for the Lions, red for the Giants. How are you guys playing this one? Red for the Giants, blue for the Lions. How are you guys playing this one? This number is up to 13.5. The Lions are favored by 13.5 at home against the Giants. This is the most public play of the day. 84% of the public is on Detroit, but that doesn't automatically make it. That doesn't disqualify it for me. Obviously, we don't, just blindly fade the public. Let's talk about this one. At this point, the Giants are 2-9. They've lost 5 straight. They fought against Green Bay. That was in Jameis Winston's first start. Like I mentioned earlier, you usually play on the team that is does have an injured player or does have a replacement player. In this case, the most important position, the quarterback. You did have Jameis Winston making his first start. That was also the Giants' first game with the interim head coach. So last week, yes, it was a spot to play on the Giants. Usually the next week, you kind of go right back to it, right? Because you don't have that initial impact anymore, right? You're now a game removed from that situation. Meanwhile, the Lions, they are in a situation here where they excel every single time. They are now 13-0, both straight up and against the number. 13-0 straight up and against the number after a loss. They picked up a loss against Philadelphia a week ago, or on Sunday Night Football. This team looked terrible. This offense looked terrible. The fourth down calls, going for it on fourth down every single time and coming up short every single time. I think they were 0 for 5, 0 for 6 on fourth down. They looked terrible. But again, that was against the Philadelphia Eagles, against the defending world champs, against that defense that the Eagles have is lights out. So don't fault them for that. That was in some high winds too in Philadelphia, city of brotherly love. You're back home here. You're back home now in a dome against the Giants, against a team that again, Jameis Winston, he could throw 400 yards, but he's also going to throw some interceptions here. I think this is a spot where you take the Lions, even though they're laying the points. The only way I can play this is taking the Lions at home. I'm not loving this one though, because I did pull up the injury report. I have to update the injury report now. You have four offensive linemen that are questionable. 4 offensive linemen that are questionable for the Lions. So keep that in mind. I think, but I think this, if I were playing this one, it would be the Lions. Everyone's on the Cowboys. We haven't talked about that game yet. As a Giants fan, not this spot. There we go. And I appreciate hearing from the fans of the teams. I appreciate when people are not playing with their hearts. They're playing with their minds, and they could be realistic with their team, right? We got some people in the Discord, man. Shout out my man. Every time I play against the Oilers, he's like, "Yo, you're messing with oil country." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, we'll see about that." Guys, don't play with your heart, man. That's the worst way you can do. Packers next. We can talk about that. Got some man doing some advertising here. That's not going to work. So you're not going to see my page anymore. What's next, guys? Raiders or Browns? Everyone on the Cowboys. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and talk about real quick. What was that next one? Packers and Vikings. Brother, I wish I could help you with fantasy football. I'm not a fantasy person, brother, so I can't really help you with fantasy. We're talking about the sides and totals, man. I stay in my lane. This is what I do best, so I'm gonna stay in my lane here, man. So, real quick, bro, I don't want to lead you in the wrong direction either. All right, guys, real quick, let's talk about the Vikings and the Packers. Give me red for the Vikings. Give me blue for the Packers. How are you guys playing this one? Red for the Vikings, blue for the Packers. This is another 1 p.m. kickoff here between the Packers and the Vikings division game, NFC North matchup here. The Packers are laying 6.5 at home against the Vikings. How are you guys playing this one? The Vikings are coming off of a 2-point loss, right? Guys, that was a favorable spot. That was a very favorable spot there for the Bears a week ago. For the Vikings a week ago against the Bears. But yet, again, the Vikings just come up short, right? J.J. McCarthy looks bad. He looks bad as a starter. His passes are not on target, and it does not look good there for JJ McCarthy. But he is a quarterback where you're just going to get that kind of variance with him, right? You're going to have a really bad game, then you could have a really good game. So you could have a good game here for the Vikings. Meanwhile, the Green Bay Packers, guys, they picked up a win last week, all right? They picked up a 7-point win. But don't forget, that was against the Giants. And don't forget, this team is really struggling, especially on offense, okay? So we're not just going to forget, right, the horrible loss against Carolina, how bad their offense looked at home on Monday Night Football in a favorable spot against the Eagles. You can't forget how bad the offense looked, guys. I think this is a spot where you buy a little bit low here on the Vikings. And you do not forget that the Green Bay offense is having a lot of issues, a lot of trouble. You don't go right back to laying 6.5, almost a whole touchdown with the Green Bay Packers. I think this is a spot for the Vikings in terms of the X's and O's. There really is not. When the Minnesota Vikings have the ball versus when the Packers have the ball, there really isn't an advantage either way. There is an advantage when the Packers are on offense. That Minnesota defense, that defensive line is the number one defensive line in terms of pressure. They're gonna put some pressure on Jordan Love, and that's not something you want if you're a Packers fan. I think this is a spot here for the Vikings. The defense keeps them in it. Hit the follow button, guys. If it's your first time here, hit the follow button. If you guys want to join the Discord, link is in bio. My man Mike says, what do you think about Bengals and Patriots? We talked about that game. I think the right way to play that is the Patriots. You're giving them 10 days rest, and you're heading into a bye week. That's the best of both worlds there. Hit the follow button, guys. Hit the follow button if it's your first time here. What's up, guys, on YouTube? Thanks, you guys, for joining. Hit the follow button, subscribe button on YouTube, and give me a thumbs up as well. Last call, man. Last call. Any other game y'all want to talk about? We have talked almost every single game. Somebody mentioned Seattle versus Tennessee. Yeah, I think this, on paper, Tennessee should not be in this game. Seattle should pound them. Seattle should pound them. It shouldn't even be close, especially coming off of an ugly ugly loss. Seattle lost through 4 picks. Sam Darnold threw 4 picks last week at the Rams, but that Rams defense is another level. I think this is one where they just kind of want to take out the belt and beat up on a bad team. Tennessee, don't get fooled by. I know they only lost by 3 last week to Houston. Don't get fooled by that. That was a perfect spot for Tennessee. I'm not buying into that to that loss, even though it looks like a good loss against Houston, who just beat the Bills. Right, that was a division game, and the Houston Texans were sandwiched between 2 huge games. So don't buy too much into that, guys. I think Tennessee goes back to being the worst team in the NFL. Seattle goes back to looking like one of the best teams in the NFL. Do the Browns cover today? We didn't talk about that game too much at all, actually. Let's talk about that one real quick. That one's interesting to me. Give me blue for the Browns. Blue for the Browns. Blue for the Browns. Red for the Raiders. How are you guys playing this one? Red for the Raiders. Just tap the emoji here, guys. Blue for the Browns. Hit the follow button, guys, if it's your first time here. If you guys want to join the Discord, link is in bio. Link is in bio if you guys want to join the Discord. Let's talk about this one real quick. So you have Shedeur Sanders making his first start of the season, right? He was thrown in last week with no prep, right? With no first team prep. He was unexpectedly thrown into the game last week, and he looked bad. He looked real bad. In fact, he's ranked 46 in passer rating. That is terrible. There's only so many quarterbacks in the league. He completed only 4 of his 12 passes. He looked terrible. And usually this is a game where you buy on the quarterback that's making his first start now that he had a whole week of preparation. This is one where you usually buy on the team, right? So you usually do play on the Browns here. But the Raiders, as the Raiders looked horrible against the Cowboys on primetime. Excuse me, they looked horrible against the Cowboys, but again, that was a very favorable spot for the Cowboys as well. And this is one where you got to look at the price. You got to say the price is a little interesting here. You have two bottom of the barrel teams. They're both 2-8, but the Raiders are favored by 3 and a hook. And not only are they favored by 3 and a hook, this total is set at 36, right? So even though the market is projecting this thing to be a low-scoring game, super low-scoring game, you're still projecting the Raiders to win by more than a field goal here. I think that price is really interesting here. This is one where I'm undecided on. At this point, I'm undecided on it because you usually play on the injured quarterback, right? The replacement quarterback making his first start. But the price is telling you here the Raiders. If I had to play this one, it actually does look like it's in reverse. So the public is on Cleveland. The line is moving in favor of the Raiders. Yeah, I think the Raiders is the right way to play it. Sanders looked bad. I think the Browns were actually doing him some favors by not starting him. And do not forget, this is a dysfunctional Browns organization. The last 17 Browns quarterbacks to make their first start, they are 0-17. All 17 of them have lost outright. Yeah, this is not a good spot here for a dysfunctional team. I think this is a spot for the Raiders. Shador wins this one and gets smashed next week. Again, I hear you. Usually you do play on the Browns here because they're making their first start. But again, this is a team that has made 17 different starting quarterbacks. I think that was since 1999. They've had 17 different starting quarterbacks, and all of them have lost in their first start. And Cleveland gets crushed next week against San Francisco. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you there. Yep, there you go, my man Juice. 1999, 0-17 in the first start. NFL is scripted, my G. I'm not saying it's scripted, brother, but I think there is some sort of manipulation to it. I think when you have so much money involved, it's impossible that there isn't a little bit manipulation. The Bears. We talked about the Bears and the Steelers. I think that's a side there for the Bears. I'm paying attention to some referee trends, guys. I haven't historically looked into referee trends too much, but I've seen a little bit of correlations with them, man. You got some teams like the Bears that should have some help. Should have some help from the Zebras, so keep that in mind. Should I take the Jaguars today? The Jaguars are on the road at the Cardinals. No, we talked about that game. I think that's a spot for the Cardinals. You buy low on the Cardinals after getting crushed by 2 division opponents. Nobody wants a piece of the Cardinals. Jacoby Brissett playing very well for Arizona, playing for his job, playing for a starting job somewhere in the NFL if it's not in Arizona. I think you play on Arizona. You are one of the sharper guys on TikTok. Thank you, brother. I do this for a living, man. I do this for a living. That doesn't mean I always, 100% of the time, make the right play. But I am coming on here and sharing the knowledge with you guys, sharing how you should play this game, right? How you should play. Does that mean it's going to go our way every single time? No, of course it doesn't. But in theory, yes, there are ways that you should only play this way. You should only play. I came on here and I told you the only way you should play that yesterday is Pitt, right? You don't take Georgia Tech. You don't take the number 15 or 16 team in the country, right? I came on here and I told you Pitt. That's a dog, and I told you the only way to play that is Pitt. Did I end up on it? No, I didn't end up on it. But I came on here and again told you the only way to play it is Pitt. Okay. So do I always, end up on it? No, but I'm telling you the right way to play it. I think that's more valuable. I came on here and I told you Texas Tech, right? When they were 14-point favorites against BYU, the only way to play this is Texas Tech. The only way to play yesterday, USC versus Oregon. The only way to play that is Oregon. You lay 10.5 points with Oregon. Hope you guys appreciate it, man. Hit the follow button if it's your first time here. If you guys want to join the Discord, link is in bio. That was last call, guys. That was last call. Rams and Bucks game to go over. Let's see. Do I have anything on that? I did lean over on that. I don't have too much on over-under, but I did lean over on that. Let me see, though, if the tempo is good here. These teams don't run the ball a whole lot. One of them goes at a fast pace. The Rams go at a fast pace. The Bucks, I think they got to put some. I think they got to put some scores up here. I would lean over here between the Bucks and the Rams. Guys, if I if I missed out on any of your questions, my bad. Go to my last video and I will respond before game time. Just drop your questions there and I will respond before game time. I got to get ready to have another great Sunday, man. We've had some great Sundays this season. We've gone 7-0 on a Sunday before. We've had a 10-0 week before. We're already 2-0 on the week. I'm trying to have another one of those great weeks, man. Link is in bio if you guys want to join the squad. Again, guys, don't get scammed, man. There's a lot of pages trying to impersonate me on Discord, on TikTok, and on Telegram, on Instagram. It's crazy. It's everywhere. I report the pages. I block the pages. I hope you guys do too. I will not message you if you're not a member. So be safe out there. Use your common sense, and let's have a good one, guys. I hope you guys have a great day. Again, drop your questions on my last video. I will respond. Hope you guys have a good one, man. Thank you, guys. Peace.